just to relax. Little bit headache. All right. Nyonji chimbo tso denhik me sha zonni molum chimbo ngabja da bakar da ngang sandu sharma do dumba tukji janla gyupshan tsar. Dharma friends, Dharma brothers, Dharma sisters, gather here again today. Welcome, welcome all of you. Thank you very much. Practice meditation. Good for you, good for you. Very good for you. Thank you very much for Bodhicitta Sangha. The board member again, volunteers, all of you, thank you for that. Thank you very much. Very helpful for other people who want to listen teaching directly and indirectly. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Then I'm happy. You happy? Are you happy? Are you happy today? I'm happy because to have this opportunity, all of us get together and doing these spiritual activities, and that's why I'm happy. And thank you for my teachers that give me these capacities, opportunities. And then I would like to begin by reminding all of you that it is important to have pure and good motivation for these activities, spiritual activities, right? As you know, the great teacher Longchenpa in Patur Rinpoche, they are said that begin with the thoughts of bodhicitta, the heart of enlightenment. Bodhicitta is heart of enlightenment. Do the main practice without concepts, without thought, and conclude by dedicating the merit. So these together and complete are the three we call supreme methods, very much necessary sports for development on the path of liberation. That's they said. Because the motivation for doing anything, for doing everything, has very profound effect on the result, right? Result. Therefore, it is always important to make sure, investigate, and correct, and think about it very beginning. So we should always be right with it in terms of knowing our motivation, our intention, and should always have the best motivation possible. Because usually it's difficult, right? Ordinary people, like, our original, our nature intention always really uncertain and sometimes very selfish, right? Because usually when we are trying to help others, practice meditation, when our basic motivation is that of looking for our own happiness. That's why Mahayana's point of view is studying and practicing the teachings with this kind of uncertain intention, motivation, and selfish motivation will not bring much benefit, you know. Um, Therefore, very important. So my teachers always remind us that when they teach, the beginning, the motivation. They always talk about motivation. When I was in the school at the monastery, I was very young, and I had a very sort of strong desire to study Buddhist philosophy, but didn't think much about meditation at that time, right? Just study, study, study. But when my teachers taught the Buddhist philosophy, always reminded us the motivation when they begin of their teaching. They always correct your motivation, don't harm others, all these kind of things. Usually you can hear these two words, correct your motivation, don't harm others. That's all you usually hear. And I thought maybe that's kind of a rule, how they teach, and you just have to say it. And when you start to teach, I thought maybe that's just because every single day when they teach, they start teaching with bodhicitta, correct motivation, these things. I thought that's how you start to teach. But after when I start sort of practice my meditation, that's why sometimes it's very different though when you study something and don't really put that in your meditation, you really don't know actually the benefit. So I study Buddhist philosophy, I have a small room, and I have lots of Buddhist text commentaries, so um, I put all like that, and then one commentary, I studied that, I'm done that, move here, studied that commentary, done that, move there, like that, every single day. So I didn't practice a lot, just, what this teacher said about this, what is the debate, what is the same idea or not different ideas about the Buddhist, the view, the philosophy, all of like that kind of things, and didn't really practice, meditate. So that's not good. And then later my teacher said, now it's time to practice. He always said, when we're young, you have to study, study, study. It's fine, they said, it's fine, don't practice. But then you have to study. Now it's time to study. Go there, receive this teaching, and practice this. And then I really understand that those two words, correct your motivation and don't harm others, are the essence of the Mahayana's practice. And really, that's the foundation. That's the everything, actually. Everything, the Mahayana's point of view, everything depends on your motivation. It's good, it's not good, nobody can tell outside. Inside, So there are lots of stories, people killed people. You think that's bad? We can't tell. We don't know why. What is the motivation? If based on selfish, yeah, of course, they're not good, right? Even though people practice and then just to really practice and hours and hours and hours, you think that's good? We don't know inside the motivation. What is for? Selfish or benefit others. So motivation is very important, though. You always hear this, always hear, right? But you have to hear this, because then you have to correct. So therefore, please try to start by developing a pure intention for your practice. This is not only for today, but of course, it is always important to remember it. You know, this is the heart of enlightenment. Heart of enlightenment, and it has, remember, two aspects: the relative and then the ultimate. The relative heart of enlightenment is strong desire to achieve enlightenment in order to benefit living beings. That's relative heart of enlightenment. The ultimate heart of enlightenment is perfect realization of nature of reality, right? So that's difficult, but relative heart of enlightenment is not difficult. It's a compassion. It's about compassion. It's about love and kindness. It's about bodhicitta. So I do this like morning when you wake up, and I go to meditate right away. Wash your face and brush your teeth, and then go to meditate, right? Well, how you start? Okay, so let's say 5 o'clock, meditate. Think about, okay, right now, this time, millions of millions animals killing. Right now, I can tell, I can feel, even like that, even like right now, right? People, some people are amazing, very nice, very compassionate, very good people. Some people are terrible, no compassion, only harm others, only their life. Unfortunately, they just don't recognize, right? They just don't recognize it is bad, or it is unvirtuous, or they just don't recognize. They instead they really enjoy. They really enjoy killing others. That's what we call habit. Whatever you develop your habit in your head, you enjoy. You smoke, enjoy, because habit. Those people like to kill animals. If they're difficult if they have time, no business time. They like to kill animals. That's kind of really terrible, right? So that's why Buddhist point of view, these people return in this animal, and this animal return these people, and then kill each other. That bad karma, killing each other, goes like this around and around and around, and there's no end. So I'm a killer. I die. I return in this, whatever you killed the animals, and this animal kill you. That's our karma. You do something bad, it turns. Karma is inevitable, and it's only you will experience. I kill somebody, you don't. You don't get that negative. Only I get, right? So therefore, I think, especially those people are very difficult, right? To make. So you can think about it like that. That's correct your motivation. How you correct your motivation? I like that kind of things. So then you start thinking like that, compassion and love and kindness, and then you can say some prayers and you can meditate, and that's the perfect way to start your meditation. And then you feel in your heart the compassion towards those people, those animals, whatever in this world. I'm sure right now, lots of people are very happy, enjoy, but many people, many animals right now, it's very suffering, very difficult, right? So that's like, so we can, there is a reason to correct your motivation. It's not really, you have to, right? But if you think like that, think about others, think about compassion, think about love and kindness, then you will understand how it is important to have relative heart of enlightenment, right? So, well, you know those things. uh, but that's very important. So once you have that kind of motivation, then whatever you do, your actions become very, very, very beneficial. You know, that's I think most uh, meaningful. You know, so that's all. And then now today the topic is about an open awareness. That's the topic, that's the teaching, that's the practice. Open awareness. First of all, you have to know that we have two very important mental states, or what do you call it, perceptions or mental factors, right? We have mindfulness and we have awareness. These two are very important. Have you read the Way of the Bodhisattvas? Two chapters about mindful. One chapter is mindfulness. One chapter is about awareness. Way of the Bodhisattva. We have 10 chapters, right? Have you read that book? Shantadewas, the great scholar from India. So it's so important. So we have mindfulness and we have awareness. The mindfulness is the one of the five object determined mental factors. These are, we have five, right? We have these five mental factors. We have intention, we have interest, we have mindfulness, we have concentration, and we have wisdom, right? These five, we have five. So mindfulness is one of them. So the first of all, I will tell you a little bit about mindfulness, because then it will help to understand about awareness. So the definition of mindfulness is not forgetting, right? Not forgetting what you're doing, what your practice, whatever. Pay attention to the main focus of the meditation. That's mindfulness. And for what? Mindfulness is the antidote to not forgetting. Antidote to not forgetting. If we are not mindful, then we always forget, right? Like yesterday, I forgot to say thank you. There was no mindful, so I forgot, right? So that makes, yeah. So the antidote, if you have mindfulness, the antidote uh, to not forgetting. Uh, I give you, for example, this is it's like if you have a baby, baby tied by a rope, so the baby can't go anywhere, right? So you protect the baby. We used to do that for the babies in Tibet. You have a rope and then you tie it somewhere and baby just go around there. That's it. You can't go further because your parents worry, and protect, right? Protect. And baby, the first time they cry, right? And then they just used to, right? And then they're fine, just play around this table. That's all you can do, right? That I think it's not really long time. It's fine. Um, so that's mindfulness. That is mindfulness. And then we have the awareness. awareness is like now you can see easy. The awareness is like mother, right? The baby's mother have to check, her baby all the time, even though the baby tied with the rope, but still you need to check your baby, right? Uh, that is in awareness. That is awareness. It's a part of the wisdom. Part of the wisdom. Awareness is the part of wisdom. So, for example, when you meditate on, let's say, shamatha, right? When you meditate on shamatha, you have to focus on the object. For example, if you practice the shamatha practice on object shamatha, you have to focus on that. You cannot forget the object, right? You just, for example, if you focus on this flower, you just focus on that. That's all. There's no other thought, but just to focus on that. That's your object, right? So you cannot forget it. So that is the part of your mindfulness, right? Part of your mindfulness. And you also have to continually pay attention to your distractions, right? Like your uh, dullness, your agitation, and your thoughts, and everything, the disturbing emotions, right? And you have to sort of examine your actions over again and again. That is part of your awareness. You see, that's your part. Do you understand what is different between awareness and mindfulness? Uh, the mindfulness is like the rope, and awareness is like your mother. What do you call it? Watchman, whatever, watcher. How you say it? That's his awareness. Um, so baby is the object, right? The rope is the strength, right? Rope. You say rope. Rope, right? ROP, rope. Okay, that is mindfulness. Now I understand. And then the watcherman is the awareness. Understand? So when you focus on this flower, you have to focus on the object. That's part of your mindfulness. Then you examine, make sure that your other disturbing emotions not let come. And if comes, then you have to recognize it, right? So that is part of your awareness. In this case, okay, awareness. In India, they have used to, for example, if you have like a wild elephant, then you need how you say elephant trainer, right? So that like that, our mind is like a wild elephant, and awareness is the elephant trainer. So these two mental states are very, very significant to develop in your daily life, in order to create the perfect virtue and develop beneficial attitude, and in order to abandon the negative actions, such as hurting others, all of that. We need these two mental factors. We need to make our life free of confusion, uh, free of disturbing emotions, um, to bring beneficial into our daily life, you know. Mm, so it's our attitudes, right? Our attitude. But in order to have the correct and unmistaken attitude, I think we need to develop these two. This mindfulness and awareness. These two are very important. Uh, and we have to think about our attitude, right? Our actions. That's every day. What is the best? What is the best attitude that gives the most meaning to our life? I think the teachings, right? The teachings and instructions, very important, right? But more importantly, putting these teachings, instructions into practice meditation. And in order to do that, we need mindfulness and we need awareness. These are kind of necessary. Meditate on awareness is sometimes confused, with other mental activities. Meditation is actually a mental sort of action, mental activity, right? Even if the body is perfect, body is perfect position, your body is on the cushion very perfectly, but the mind is thinking about everything, right? And then some people think that they can create their own way to meditate and don't need to learn from teacher, from teaching, But I think that's not so correct idea. So if we wish to meditate, we must first receive the instructions from a teacher. In this way, we can establish that the lineage, right, of the teachings, and our meditation practice is very suitable, and it makes our meditation is powerful. So therefore, we listen to the teachings and develop our understanding by thinking about the teachings, right? Then through meditation, we integrate what we have learned. Then we build up this good habit of the mind, mind by integrating the instructions. That is the meaning of the meditation, open awareness. Open awareness. Do you understand? So these are very important. First listen, and then investigating, then meditating, whatever. Right? These three are very important. If you miss one of them, not perfect. First you listen, teaching, and make sure understand. And then you have to investigate what does that mean, what, how. And then you meditate on it. That is open awareness. That is open awareness. That is how you get enlightenment. Our enlightenment depends not only the Buddha showing us the way, the path, but also on our own efforts to follow it. That is how we achieve liberation. And liberation doesn't happen without cause or by following the wrong path, or even, for example, spending our entire life just doing, śamatha, breathing meditation. Even though breathing meditation is all these masters, teachers recommended it as a tool to calm your mind, peaceful, right? It is very useful for developing the concentration and making your mind very peaceful. But that alone doesn't get anywhere. I mean, you have peace mind, you have calm mind. That's all you have. It doesn't transform your mind into virtue or diminish. So open awareness can really transform your mind into right path, and it's uh, uh, one. It's a cause, another cause for your liberation. So it's very uh, important. Shamatha practice very important, but shamatha alone not so important. So with awareness, really, really important. We have samsara, we have nirvana. Samsara and nirvana are manifestations of the true nature of awareness. We cannot reject one aspect and accept the other because they are equally important to Buddhist point of view. One is relative, the other is ultimate. Both are truth, relative truth, ultimate truth. In order to understand ultimate truth, you need relative truth. The ultimate truth is openness. So it is possible for all this appearance to function, for people, for beings to see and hear, and for things to move and change, and it's called ultimate because when we examine things, we cannot find anything that substantially and truly exists. That's why ultimate. Nagarjuna said that all these phenomena, all this appearance are actually nothing. That on the ultimate level, they are emptiness. Yet on the relative level, they appear and function. And since all appearances are empty by nature, the relative and absolute aspects are inseparable, unite. So one should not find emptiness without appearances or appearance without emptiness. So that's why relative, very important, ultimate, very important. Therefore, in Hot Sutra, emptiness, what is the Hot Sutra said? Emptiness and emptiness, form, right? Form is emptiness, and emptiness is form. Emptiness not different than form, and form is not different than emptiness. It's a huge subject. That is everything. Form is emptiness. Emptiness is form. That's the true truth. Relative truth, ultimate truth. That's why in order to understand correctly these two truths, we need awareness, we need mindfulness. All right. Do you understand? Do you understand awareness? That's today we're going to meditate. Awareness. Do you have any question? Awareness. Okay, now meditate on awareness. I mean, meditate the combination, right? Combination of mindfulness and awareness by also focus on your breath. So when we use our breath, two things. When you breathe in, you have to focus on, when you breathe in, focus on your breath, and then pause. This is good. Focus on breath, and then you pause for a second, and then just to relax there. If you have thoughts, I'm sure you have gross thoughts, subtle thoughts, lots of thoughts. So just to relax and then recognize your thoughts, and then so you recognize your thoughts, and then you breathe out and let your thoughts and everything go, and let your breath and your senses or whatever thoughts dissolve into relaxation, into peacefulness, and then just to relax in there as much as you can, and then good. That's kind of, you do that all the time. The relaxation, now you have relaxation, is mindfulness, and then you have a recognition, is awareness practice. So we actually, amazing, we have these two qualities. So you see, this two sort of combination is very essential. And that's how you start your practice, with mindfulness and awareness. If you want to go deeper in your practice, and if you can go deeper, and if you have some sort of more experience about deeper meditation, then when you breathe in, still the breath is very important. When you breathe in, turn your attention to the clarity of awareness of your mind. Your mind is whatever you are experiencing at the moment, not past, not future. That moment, that is your mind. Whatever is there, that is your mind. And sometimes you have to aware of your sensations in your body and your mind, thoughts, feelings, so forth, and focus on your attention on this sort of clear awareness when you breathe in. And your recognition is totally pure in this case, and without disturbing emotions, if you pay attention on your awareness. So when you breathe out, let your those sort of sensations and breath dissolve into the clarity of awareness, and recognize that experience, the nature of sort of awareness, and concentrate on that as much as you can. Because The point is that you can bring a sense of clarity and relaxation into your experience, which is your mindfulness and your awareness practice in this case. Meditation could be easy or difficult. It depends how you do it. Thoughts and breath all exist only in this present moment. When you breathe out, then it's gone. One moment is gone. And then when you breathe in, it's coming. It's another moment, Actually, that is our life. Our life is just present moment. Even though we're talking about yesterday, past, right? But actually, we are talking just now. It's actually present. There's no yesterday. There's no future, actually. Where whatever doing is present moment. So it's right now. That's our life. That's what we have to recognize. Not past, not future. So that's not our life. That's not our life. Let's say that. So don't worry about past and future. Just to focus on the present moment with mindfulness and awareness. That is our life. So if you are there, the present moment, if you are with your breath, then actually you are enjoying. You are enjoying with your life. The problem is when you meditate, you have thoughts, and then you follow your thoughts, thinking about one thoughts, and then thinking about that thought, and then thinking about that thought, and then eventually the last you are thinking the thought, and that one is totally different. Right? Totally different. So first I'm thinking, oh, beautiful flowers, and then what is the next? Oh, there's a pepper. Oh, then that, and then I'm here. Here. I'm thinking about table and flowers, totally different. So that's why we lose all the time our life. So don't follow your thoughts. Thoughts is fine. Thoughts is a function. The thought is actually part of our mind, so we need that. Don't worry about thoughts, but don't follow them, or and don't worry. Just watch your thoughts with your awareness, and then come and go with your mindfulness, with your awareness. And then you have less. Eventually, what happens if you do that? Eventually, then you have less thoughts, and you just, of course, you have thoughts, right? Less thoughts, but also very easy to just let it go, and then that helps you really focus on present moment. Then you enjoy. You happy. You happy. You happy. Right? If you don't, it's difficult, a little bit difficult if you people thinking in future, past, that's of course. But actually, and more importantly, just focus on this moment. This moment. This is me. This is me now. And then I don't know. After that, I don't know. I'm getting better or worse. I don't know. So I enjoy this moment right now. So that's how I do it. Do you understand how to practice mindfulness awareness? Focus on your breath. It's very easy, okay? Okay, let's do a few minutes practice. You just don't need really perfectly though, just your body position. Your mind is just fine. Just thinking that, just not thinking this is something different or this something very important. Just this is part of your life, you know. So that's why you can relax, right? If you think this is very something special and um, then you are not relaxing, you know. So when you meditate, you need really totally relax. Relaxation is very important. So just do whatever you need. You move your body, you can, that's fine, don't worry. Uh, and if you want to think, that's also okay. Just, bring your awareness and mindfulness on the breath. And two different way you can practice, you know. One is a little bit deeper. One is for, just to focus on your breath and peacefulness. And then don't forget the awareness.